standing there taking our break. Everyone's like recounting their stories of how they were driving, how the terrain was for them. And then we're sitting there and literally, like, I know camels are big, but like seeing them in real life, that hit different. They are so big and they're so fast. Like, we were standing there and like it's an open pen and one just bolted out running towards us. So then we all just like scatter. We're all like running away from the... Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually going to be a story time vlog. So a few months ago, my sisters and I and some friends went to Cabo, Mexico to celebrate me and my very close friend's birthday. So I was born on August 21st and she was born on the 31st. And boy, did we have a time. So the hotel we stayed at was the Hyatt Ziva. It was so nice and I really enjoyed the accommodations. So I'll put in our room. So me and Stephanie shared a room and we had like nice big queen beds, and then we had like a nice bathroom, and then we also had a little patio so you could see like the pool and the beach from our room. And then it was great having like the different restaurants on location, and then they also had like kind of like mess halls, so that served like breakfast, lunch and dinner. So there's always something to eat and do, and then they had like activities on location too. So some hang out on the beach, there's a hot tub, and then the pool, and there's like a swim up bar. Shout out to Angel who was having the drinks pouring. I love you. It was so much fun, and just it was so nice that all this stuff was like included in the price, and then like you can do other stuff off of the resort, but you don't have to. Like, you can like fully spend your time there. And like the other guests were super fun. Everyone was so nice. First day we settled in, we were able to try like the different restaurants on the resort, and it was so beautiful. I'll put some clips in of like the pool and the beach area and our rooms. It was just so perfect. So the first night we went out because it was Kezia's birthday, or like her birthday eve, and so we were able to go out and hit the nightlife in Cabo. Different clubs. Granted, it was a Tuesday, so the club was not going up on a Tuesday, but we made the best of it. We just wanted to celebrate her and usher in her 25th. She looked beautiful. I'll put in some clips here of when we went out. So that was the first night, just to get us started, warmed up. Throughout the trip we did a lot of stuff. So the next day we were able to link up with some more people who are coming on the trip. So at first it was just like the East Coast crew of everyone. So we went to brunch together, they have like a taco truck, like food truck on the resort, so we were able to eat those tacos. I mean, they have like a hibachi grill, an Italian restaurant, and a French restaurant. They have like a lot of different stuff, but I really feel like the taco spot was a spot like, I don't know what they put in those tacos, like whatever seasoning. Like if you really want to enjoy tacos, it's Mexico, because it was just so good. The food was so good. So we did a few different things. So once everyone was there, we were able to go, like we made reservations before we got there. So to celebrate our birthdays, we went to their French restaurant, and so we got all dressed up and they brought us the cake, and it was very nice. Like you know how the servers come and sing to you? Like, that's what they did. But it's I don't know, when you go outside the States, it's just like the servers are so nice. And so they sang to us, brought us a cake, and then we had like multiple courses. And I think honestly the lamb was my favorite part of that day, of that meal. It was so good, and it was so like well cooked, like perfectly cooked. So we took pictures. Our friends and my sisters bought us balloons, so it was so nice. So that was a French restaurant, and then another restaurant we tried was the hibachi grill. Yeah. So the hibachi grill was very nice, okay? Don't get me wrong, it was very nice. It was just a little bit confusion there because we had made the reservation, and mind you, our crew was like 10 people, okay? And I mean, that's big, but not that big for a resort, right? So we made the reservation and we come down, we're like, hey, just checking in on a reservation, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, we can't serve you today. Like, it's first come, first serve. And I was like, oh, but we spoke on the phone. That didn't really happen. Like, they said we could do that. And they were like, okay, like, we can just see you tonight, but we can get you in tomorrow because we just do not have any space for you. Luckily, we weren't leaving yet. So we said, fine, okay. We'll just come back tomorrow. Other plans that night, we went to like the regular like restaurants they have at the resort, and then they also have their own little like club on the resort if you don't want to go out into the town. So we're like, okay, we'll pivot, we'll make different moves, cool, whatever. So the next day in the morning, we had an ATV ride scheduled. So we went to go ride ATVs. That was super fun. Let me tell you, because I've never rode ATVs before, and when they say it's fun, but it is so dangerous. Like, I was scared for my life because our instructors, we had two, and like he was like, yeah, it's just like driving a car. And I said, okay, I have my license, I know how to drive, like that's no problem. Little did I know, it is nothing. It is nothing like driving a car, and your girl was shook. All right, I was going so slow because I was like, I don't need this thing to like topple over me and then I'll just like die right here on this Mexican beach and I will never see my family again. Like, okay, dramatic, yes, but it was just like I would go fast and then it would like kind of veer off, and then mind you, we hit like 3 different types of terrain. So we're like riding beachside, and then we're riding like under bridges and like through like, I say puddles, but like think of motocross the movie, and then you're like you're like going into these things. Like my whole body was wet and it was raining, and mind you, like I wear glasses, so I had my contacts in, but the rain and me not being like fully seeing everything, ooh, wow, it's like coming back. It's coming back in glimpses. But all in all, finally the instructor came to me. He like gave me almost like a solo, how this is how you're supposed to ride the ATV. And next thing I know, we cruising. Like the group is like a good mile behind us, and we're just going up and down the hills, turning corners, doing all the things. And I said, wow, I wouldn't have expected that 5 minutes ago, but we got it together. Shout out to our instructor, because your girl was about to lose her life on that course, okay? And it was cool because they took pictures as we were going. So we all have these nice like ATV photos, real like all terrain, giving Bear Grylls, giving all of that. So that was super fun. And then halfway through the course, you can like kind of like take a break just to like, because you do get sore, and like the sand is like, well, the sand is like beating against your body because you're going that fast. So the rain wasn't exactly a damper, like it was like twofold. So since it was raining, we didn't get as much as like the debris and dirt hitting you because it was like all like muddy. But then on the flip side, you're soaking wet and have mud all over you. So pick your poison, but it was still fun. So we took our break, and you take a break like halfway through the course, and you get like, you can get water, take your pictures, whatever. And there's also camel riding. And so we're standing there taking our break. Everyone's like recounting their stories of how they were driving, how the terrain was for them. And then we're sitting there, and literally, like, I know camels are big, but like seeing them in real life, that hit different. They are so big and they're so fast. Like we were standing there, and like it's an open pen, and one just bolted out running towards us. So then we all just like scatter. We're all like running away from the camel, and oh my gosh. I have to put a picture in of one of these camels because it was just so big, and then like they're so fast. Oh my god. Who's taking care of the camels, he's running after the camel that's running after us, and we're like, okay, we're done with the break, like let's get back on the ATVs, we gotta go. So they like corral the camel, put it back in the pen, but we're like, okay, no, we gotta go. So we took our pictures and then left expeditiously. Now we're back on the ATVs, and the ride back was definitely a lot easier since we already had kind of gone on the course, so everyone was like very comfortable. And then in our group, we also had people who had ridden like ATVs before, so it was like a good like mix of people. We went back to like the beginning of the course, and like we parked our vehicles, and we spoke to the instructors, and we just all had a good time, kind of like debrief, got some snacks, saw our pictures that they took of us, and we got a few. That was the end of our ATV experience, and then we headed back to our hotel. So now everyone is going to get ready. So we had a little detour, but now we're back for this hibachi grill, y'all. And Stephanie and I, we go to the hibachi place, and we're like, hey, it's the next day. We're ready to, just check on our reservation, make sure we're still able to eat. And I'm speaking to this manager. He's like, oh, it's still first come, first serve. And I said, I understand that, but we came here yesterday. And you said we could come today because our party was too big for yesterday. And he's like, oh, okay, well, your reservation, like we showed up at like 5. He's like, it's not till 6, so just come back then with like most of your party and then we can seat you. But like, do be mindful that it's busy, so blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I really just wanted to check in with you, make sure everything was all right. So me and Stephanie run upstairs, we go shower, change, get ready. You know, we were just soaking wet and covered in mud from ATVing, but you know, we make it happen. Fully dressed, fully clothed, looking cute, run back downstairs. It's 6 o'clock now. So we pull up and we're like, yeah, the rest of our guests are coming. They're all in the resort. They're just like putting in final touches. They'll be right down. And so everyone's like, yeah, I'm coming, yeah, I'm coming. So we have like half the group. And so we walk back up and we're like, hey, like, we're ready to eat. The hibachi grill, like everyone always talks about the hibachi grill being so good. Like, we want to eat here. And they're like, yeah, so there's a wait. There's like 7 people in front of you. I said 7 people. Sorry, I was just here an hour ago. Did I not speak to you? Long story short, we ended up waiting even longer, and then we finally got into the hibachi grill. I'll say the appetizers were A1. Really enjoyed that. But it just, one, I was mad about the confusion of like having a reservation but not, but then like still having to wait, and then just like all this back and forth. And then once we got in there, like because our party was so big, we weren't even able to sit next to each other. So we had like 6 of us on one side and then the other 4 at another table. I'm just like, y'all talking a lot about how great this hibachi grill is, but the service is giving no. The service is giving no. I think that was like the only disturbance I had with this freaking resort. Everything else A1. Everything else was A1, but just that one hibachi grill had me messed up. All right, so that was the hibachi grill experience. One day we went tequila tasting, which was so fun. I'm a tequila girly, so I really enjoyed it, but we tried like blancos, dark tequila, tequila that was like handmade, like we're talking like families who own like blue agave fields and then like make it like that is their family business. So it was nice to get like some really good authentic tequila. And then we had like the range of the different like more commercialized brands. And our guide was super helpful, knowledgeable about all the different tequilas and just like the proper way to drink it. And okay, I was proud of myself because I already knew this. So when you drink tequila, you drink it obviously, but you let it sit in your mouth for a second, like swish it around to get the taste. Then you swallow it, and then you blow out air so it doesn't burn your mouth or throat as much. And I had always done that when I drink tequila. So I felt like, okay, I'm in the know because I always would do that, but it made the tasting a lot better. So you're able to get through like the various different types he was sharing with us. And that was super fun. And then they also had like chocolate tequila and then almost like the flavor of like condensed milk, like almost like a creamy tequila. And then they also had a coffee one that was so good. And then they also had like this iced tea one. They just had so many flavors and we got to try them all. And then he also had almost like as like a wine tasting, like different pairings. So we had like some fruit, some like meats, some different stuff. So we got to try so much, and then like the tahini spices and like orange slices, apples, a whole bunch of things. And then we get to one and he's like, okay, I got something for y'all to try. And we're all game. We're like listening, talking back and forth. This is like a conversation. It's not no instruction class. So we're like, okay, what do you got for us? Da-da-da. He's like, all right, everyone just open your hand. I'm going to put them in. I'm looking down. I'm like, is that a leg? Is that a wig? So it's these little, I don't even know if I have the clip anymore, but it is just like a cooked cricket. Yes, I said cricket. But mind you, at first we were a little scared, okay? Because, you know, not used to eating bugs, even cooked bugs, you know? He set it up for us. Like it was a very nice setup. So we got like an orange slice. He put the little tahini powder on there, and then he put the nice little sauteed, prepared cricket on top. And I'm like, me, I don't know if I can do this. Because I can't see the thing I'm eating. Like, the face is still there. So everyone's doing it. Like, Junior threw it back, Brittany threw it back, Keith threw it back. I said, oh my gosh. So then I think me and Sase were like, no, I cannot. But then literally my sisters did it, Casey did it. I said, wait, I can't be the only one who's not gonna do it. You know, the peer pressure was getting to me, so I had to do it. And I surely did eat a cricket, and it was good. Honestly, it tastes like, you know how at the CVS 7-Eleven they have like the seasoned sunflower seeds? That is the consistency and the taste profile. Like, it just tasted like a sunflower seed. And I don't think I'm gonna have crickets again, but in that moment it was good. It paired very well with the tequila we had, and it was awesome. So that was our tequila tasting, and then he was nice enough to show us a local taco spot is where they get all the food for these tastings. So we went down there, and they had, oh my gosh, they had so much food. They had ceviche, different types of tacos. It was so good. So we were able to get, you know, authentic, not like the resort version of taco, even though those were still really good, but like we were out and about and got like some real tacos. So that was great, and everything tasted so good. So we wrapped up there, did a little street shopping, a little bartering. Kezia got a very cute bag, so we headed back to the resort, got all cleaned up, and then this was the night to go out, hit the town, celebrating the birthday still because it's all month long, okay? And we both turned 25, so we was hyped, we was ready. So the TikTok girlie showed us there was this restaurant at a different resort called Taboo. So we're getting ready to leave, and then it starts to rain a little bit. They're just like telling guests like, hey, like it's gonna rain tonight, might be kind of like a tropical storm, but like this is normal for the area because it's like a coastal city. So of course they're gonna get a lot of like rain and like tropical storms like that. So they're like, nothing super concerning, but just so you guys know. Well, a few of us, or like a lot of us, changed from heels to sandals just so you can walk a little bit better if it does rain. So now we're ready. We're here. Taxi bus is here. We're ready to go. So we go out to Taboo, and it's just it's starting to rain heavier. Starting to see a little lightning in the sky. I said, wait, what's going on here now? But we still made it out there. But the restaurant is right on the beach, right? And I don't even think you can see it in these clips properly, but like their little light display shaking in the wind. They started to board up their drinks because it was getting that windy, and they didn't want anything to fall. And so they're prepping our table, and like as they're like setting the dishware and the silverware and the glassware, they're doing all that, they're like wiping down the rain as it's coming down. I said, ooh, God protect us. Like, I know we said we wanted a good time, but this is too much. We just wanted to relax. But luckily, by the time we sat down and ordered everything, the rain kind of like phased away. It's not raining as heavy. It's almost like a light drizzle, and it was a full house. Funny enough, like Kezia's on one end, I'm on the other end, and we're like, yeah, we're celebrating our birthdays, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's super dressed up. And then the table next to us, another girl also from Maryland was celebrating her birthday, and that day was her actual birthday day. So we were like, okay, 3 birthdays? This is crazy. We ordered food, we got drinks. Their drinks were really good. I got a shrimp dish that was good. People got pasta, like different stuff. So it was like a full menu, not just our normal tacos every day. Then this is my favorite part. They had a live saxophonist, and y'all, I love a saxophonist. Like I love live music, and someone playing a saxophone, it's over, it's done, take me away. Like I love it so much, and it sounds so beautiful. So I have a clip of the guy playing the saxophone, and he was amazing. Had like the longest set. Like I was like, you can't breathe anymore. Like your lungs are done. Like his set was a good 20-30 minutes, and probably like 1 to 2 minutes in between each song. And he did like 4 or 5 songs. I said, my man, relax. And he's like running around, dancing at different tables, doing all the things. I said, sir, you're doing well. I had to slide him a tip because I said, this is immaculate. The vibes are incredible. Everything is so tasty. And it was just the vibes for me. for 10 would recommend probably, I would say go in the daytime so you can see everything better, see your food better. That's the only downside, because it's like we try to take pictures and stuff, but it was just so dark, and like we're all Black people, so it's like how are you seeing me without a flash, without a camera? Like, it wasn't giving, no lighting, but the vibes are there, the memes are there. We got to dance with the saxophonist, so that was really cool. And he was great, and he was beautiful. It was Taboo. We hung out for a little bit. People were dancing on the tables, chairs. It was everything. They played one Afrobeat song, and I was like, you could do better, but it's okay. We in Mexico, I'm gonna let them rock. That's cool. So all in all, the trip was super fun. 10 for 10 would do it again. Of course, no trip is gonna be perfect, but the bulk or the majority of the trip was so much fun. Just being able to celebrate, being in the nice weather, and just enjoyment. We love enjoyment. So I definitely will be doing another trip next year. I got a plan for 2023 already, but it was so much fun. I definitely recommend staying at the Hyatt Ziva. All-inclusive resorts are my thing. I know some people like to stay out so they can experience in the culture a little bit, but I thought it was a fine experience being able to have like inclusive and then still being able to go to the town. It worked out for our group very well. We had such a great time. Shout out to all my friends and my sisters for coming, and then also to Kezia. I'm so happy you're able to do this trip together. It was so fun, and it was great meeting Sase and Elijah and Erica and like all the people, all our West Coast crew. So this ends our story time vlog. Had such a great time in Cabo, Mexico. Definitely would visit again. Let me know if you guys like this setup of doing a story time vlog. I've always tried to get more clips of like actually being out and about on my trips, but you know, I also like to enjoy the trip, so having like a recounted story works for me. But if you guys don't like this format, I can always do more during the trip. But thank you guys so much for watching. Guys, this is our last day in Cabo. The end of the trip. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Decided to come out to the ocean one last time before we go home.
Look at that wave.
Stephanie, I can't turn around again. It's bright. But we had an amazing time. Happy birthday to Kezia and myself.
Happy birthday!
But this is the Cabo vlog signing off, guys. Until our next trip.
Bye.